Hey, everybody, and welcome to Beefmaster Banner. We are your hosts, Josh Morrison and Jared Strickland. How's it going, Jared?
It's going good. Finally got a little drink of rain, but
Good,
could use some
good.
more.
Well, you take what you can get, though, right?
That's right.
We finally have a sale to review again, so that's
Yep.
kind of nice after the little about a month hiatus there. So, J&T Farm sale. You want to start on that?
Yeah, he had 48 lots. We had the average 82.31. And then the high seller was lot number 20 that brought $25,000, purchased by Rockin' RB. And the genetics on that was Infinity times JT First Lady.
Can't beat that. Congratulations to them. That was I was able to go to that sale, and that was a good sale. So it was good from top to bottom. I like seeing that. So tonight we have Derek Thompson of Nextgen Cattle Company. I feel sure he needs no introduction. How you doing, Derek?
I'm doing great, guys. Thanks a lot for having me.
Thank you for taking time out of your evening to come on with us. It does mean a lot.
You bet.
Tell us a little bit. I know most people probably that listen to this know you and know who you are, but maybe for those that don't, or that that don't know maybe some more details, just tell about yourself, maybe how you got into the breed, what brought you here, and just kind of what you're doing.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate what you guys are doing. I've really enjoyed the podcast, and I've listened to every episode. So thank you for what you guys are doing. But yeah, I grew up in Northeast Kansas. Have been around cattle my whole life, but more as I would say a hobby. My father and family all had day jobs and ran some cattle on weekends and evenings, and so I was always around it. And some of my family showed a lot of cattle, when I was younger, and so I always enjoyed it. And when I graduated college, I went into another career and was able to kind of take an early exit from a business that I'd started with a couple of guys, and really was able to spend a full time, the rest of my time full integrated in the cattle business, and I enjoy every minute of it. I went from being more of an office 8 to 5 and getting out and being on the ranch every day. It's truly a passion of mine, and I'm enjoying it every day.
Good deal. That's I guarantee it's better than sit behind a desk all day.
I can promise you that.
So what kind of brought y'all into the Beefmaster business?
Yeah, so we actually were friends with a gentleman and actually worked with us through one of our feed yard operations. Knew Bill Pendergrass, and when Bill was the EVP of the breed, we met him and got to spend some time with him on 2 or 3 occasions, and he said, "You know what, we need a Beefmaster breeder up in the state of Kansas." And at that time, we really had no aspirations of being in the seed stock business. We were running commercial cows and running a lot of yearlings and backgrounding a lot of cattle for our feed yards. And as we were doing that, we kicked it around and said, "You know what, we're buying a lot of genetics for the feed yard that we don't know a whole lot about." We did feed a lot of eared cattle and definitely knew the benefits of throwing a little bit of ear in your herd, and especially on the feeding side. And so, we said, "What the heck? Let's start a Beefmaster herd." And Bill was definitely instrumental in that.
And I guess to kind of go away from maybe Nextgen just for a minute, you're very active in leadership for BBU. You care to share kind of what you're doing there and what you look forward to?
Sure. When we got in the breed, back in 2015, we've made a significant investment in it. And something that was important to us at Nextgen is to be involved, to do our part to help grow the breed. And, I joined a couple committees and, ended up getting asked to become vice president of the breed. And, for the last 2 years, I've been vice president underneath Larry Meacham. And, we've got a tremendous board right now at the Beefmaster Association. And, Larry's done a tremendous job. We got a lot of things in motion right now as a breed. And, starting in October, I'll be the incoming president, and, Trey Shear is going to be vice president. And like I said, we got a tremendous board. And the thing I love about it is while there's a lot of different walks of life, we all have one common goal, and that's to improve the Beefmaster breed. And we got a lot of great synergies going on. So I'm excited about it.
A lot of things going on. And there's a lot of excitement. We've talked about that in past episodes. Seems like there's just so much excitement around our breed right now. It's unreal.
There really is. There's our breed is becoming more and more accepted in the commercial industry every day. And that's strictly due to the quality of cattle. Our breed, I think more so than any breed, especially the American breeds, have just really, our quality of cattle have just grown tremendously. And there's a lot of excitement with, the thing that's going on in the industry with the amount of cows that we're harvesting on a daily basis, the need for, a tremendous maternal breed to raise some great replacement females, the opportunities there. And I mean, I couldn't be more excited to be in the breed that the next 3 to 5 years are going to be a tremendous opportunity for us.
Yeah, I agree with you. Working with Extension, I hear all the time, we're talking in meetings and things, talking about how many cattle are going to market and the herd shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. And it's looking like it's going to be the smallest herd we've had in a long time. Well, probably ever going to the next couple of years. And when we start building that herd back, like you're saying, it's going to be a tremendous opportunity for our breed.
Absolutely.
Probably the best opportunity we've ever had, I would assume.
I would agree with that for sure.
Well, and it being, the smallest herd like that, I mean, that's when the superior genetics shine, and hopefully Beefmasters will stand out. And when people start building back, they can really see what they've done in this time, especially the droughts and everything going on, the way they'll thrive in those dry environments.
Absolutely.
Well, I guess speaking of the commercial industry and things like that, I was kind of curious, where do you picture, I guess, Nextgen being in the next, 3 to 5 years in the commercial industry and maybe the purebred market as well, since y'all have such a big presence there?
Yeah, it's certainly, our number one priority at Nextgen is to raise high quality seed stock for the commercial cattlemen and women. We will never lose sight of that. It just fits into, the supply chain that we put together. And, I'm personally just passionate for them. I mean, they're extremely hardworking folks. They've got everything always working against them, whether it's Mother Nature, things like drought, fertilizer costs. I mean, just input costs are through the roof. And, nobody could have ever dreamt that, Ukraine goes to war with Russia. And there's just so many things that are going against them, it seems like, at all times, to where anything that we can do to add value to them, it's just something I'm passionate about. But along the way, we hope to raise some quality seed stock that other breeders are fond of, but we'll never lose sight. Our mission at Nextgen is to provide value to that commercial cattleman.
That's smart, because that's at the end.
It'll just be continuing to bring value to them, through tremendous genetics and opportunities through feeding cattle and all the way to the retail side.
Well, and it has to be for the commercial cattlemen. I mean, that's where seed stock, I mean, that's where we have to have our end goal, no matter who you are. And really, I mean, in my opinion, no matter what breed you're in, if you're seed stock, it's just the way it's got to be.
Yeah, we got to always remind ourselves we're in the beef business.
Nextgen owns some feedlots across Kansas, and then you guys also own a processing facility, and I know Nextgen Beef's coming along. You want to share some about maybe of the feedlots you've got and the processing facility, things like that?
Yeah, so it all typically starts at our feed yard down just south of our ranch in Northeast Kansas. We call it Nextgen at Allen. It's in Allen, Kansas, and it's about a 15,000 head yard, and we're busted at the seams right now. It's full of cattle, and we primarily use that facility to start cattle. It's a starter yard, albeit with the plant being where it's located in Southwest Missouri. We are finishing some cattle there, but primarily it's a starter yard for us. And then we also develop some of our bulls for the sale down there, along with our heifers. We have a grow safe system down there as well, and it's kind of off to the other end of the yard, and we have all of our seed stock cattle there for a period of time, and are running all of our heifers through grow safe. So that's kind of everything that we buy from the eastern part of the country. Typically we'll spend 90 days minimum on feed there before we send them on out to our bigger yard in Southwest Kansas, just right south west of Garden City. to where it's a one-time 50,000 head capacity yard. Typically this time of year, we're a little bit slower, but building up for the fall run, we'll have that thing pretty much 93% full, by the end of the year. So it's really cool. I would say the majority of the cattle are owned through our buyback program or with some of our retained ownership customers. And then we feed cattle for a couple other large outfits that have a retail beef business. But the neat thing about, if you guys are ever in that area or anybody inside of our breed, is probably over half the yard at any given time is going to have some form of beef master cross, steer, heifer in the yard. So we believe in them. The things we love about feeding eared cattle are all the things that people don't talk about when feeding cattle. And it's yield, it's feed efficiency, it's carcass yields. There's just all kind of health. I mean, health has a tremendous impact whether you make or lose money feeding cattle. So it's exciting. It's exciting to be a part of it. And that really set us up into wanting to get into the meat side of things and really sell the story that we put together. We think the retail consumer loves the story of local and knowing where the beef comes from. And that really led us into creating Nextgen Beef Company. And, we were harvesting our animals at a couple of different processing plants, and then COVID hit. And during COVID, packing plants were making so much money that they pretty much kicked all their toll customers to the side. And, we're just processing all their own cattle. And, so we were kind of in the business and out of it, overnight. We were still able to keep about 80 head, a couple loads a week going. But then this facility down in Springfield, Missouri popped up. It was actually a pork facility. And I'll never forget it. We were not going to go down there. And then, we decided to go last minute because the auction was the week after. And we went down there. It was right at the peak of COVID. That was the first time I think I ever put on a mask because we had to go through the facility. But, we kind of fell in love with it. It was a beautiful facility that just didn't work out primarily because of the amount of hogs that were just in that area, and it just wasn't enough. But anyways, we ended up purchasing it. And a little over a year later, we converted it to a beef facility. And, fast forward to today, I mean, we set a record today. It's kind of odd, the timing of this call, but we processed 616 head today through the plant.
Wow.
We're right around that 25 to 2,750 head a week. And heading to September, we're going to shoot to average 650 head a day. So it's been interesting. It's taken some years off my life. I'm not going to lie. I spend the majority of my time and never dreamt, for these folks that you read in the paper and on the news that want to get into the packing plant business. I can tell you it's extremely complicated business. It's way more difficult than I ever dreamt. And we have an amazing team of people. And I didn't have any experience in the packing plant space. I mean, just know that, to have a successful business, you go out and find really talented people that know what they're doing. And we have a team of folks that all came from the Big Four, primarily JBS and Tyson. And we put together a really, really good team. But it's a grind. It's a challenging business. It's completely different, than the other side of the business. And one guy explained it to me is you bring in a Ford F-150 and you tear it all apart and put it back in a box. It's extremely complicated. We have, 385, 400 people down in Pleasant Hope, Missouri that are hardworking folks. And we're trying to build something special down there. So that's kind of the update. We have a couple different beef brands that have taken off, the Show Me Beef program, Missouri being the Show Me state. That's right around a 500 head a week program. So it's been tremendous for the farmer feeders and throughout the state of Missouri. And then we're really growing the Nextgen Beef brand, outside of Missouri, and just launching as we speak, direct to consumer with the goal in mind, not to sell the Nextgen story, but to really sell the story of back to the hardworking, commercial cattlemen and women out there. We want to sell their story to the retail level because we think that, one thing COVID did do is it made people, I think, realize that, wow, the folks that raise beef, really do impact the food supply chain when it was taken away from them. And we're really just trying to tell that story, our customers, our ranchers that we work with, tell their story all the way down to the retail level. And, we think there's a tremendous opportunity there. And we've seen it with the Show Me Beef program. The people locally in Missouri are supporting the heck out of that program. And we think we can take it, Midwest and really ultimately nationally.
Well, that's awesome. That's some exciting times coming up, but yeah, I can see where the stress level could be kind of through the roof.
Yeah, my wife reminds me that I kind of left my old career and was going to slow down a little bit, and I think I screwed that up.
You probably sped up instead of slowed down.
Yeah, exactly. But if
But,
you're
I mean,
not growing, you're dying, right?
That's it. But I mean, it's cool because someone that comes in and simply, commercial guy that buys a bull, you've got plenty of programs that they don't. It's not like they come and buy a bull and you go, well, good luck, see you later. I mean, you've got programs for them to be able to bring back and to make money on both on your end and their end. So I mean, that's a cool thing when you talk about being able to sell bulls and do that kind of thing too.
Yeah, and that's for the commercial folks to become a part of our supply chain. There's opportunities if they want to retain ownership. There's some good premiums on the fat cattle programs we put together. And then just if they say, you know what, my program's just set up to where I want to wean the calf for 30, 45 days and sell it to you. We offer premiums depending on what program you get into, to still allow them to benefit from that. But yeah, that's the goal, is to try to, the more successful we are all the way down to the retail levels, passing some of those opportunities back to the rancher, which isn't happening right now with how the whole system works with the big four and everything. And, listen, we need the big four. They get bashed, but, ultimately there needs to be more shackle space out in the industry. And the biggest challenge, and we live it every day, is just the barrier of entry is so difficult. I mean, it's tremendously capital intensive. It's a complicated business. While I root for all these people that are trying to launch these new plants, it's difficult. And unfortunately, they're coming into a time that's going to be even more difficult. The next 3 to 4 years, the margins are going to shift to the other side, back to the commercial cow, calf, and feeder, and away from the plant. And, great timing for me to be in that business. But that's being fully integrated, that we may have a chance to win in areas. But ultimately the industry, the one thing that we're bullish on is being in the protein business and the beef business. It's growing. Worldwide demand for beef is at an all-time high. Exports are through the roof. It's a great time to be in the business. You just have to navigate through and figure out how you can make a buck or two, because the margins are so thin, aligned, or don't have a real good plan in place. You can run over pretty quickly. And
you can't lose money, but so long and you'll be out of business.
Yeah, exactly.
That's in any business. But I agree with you on, you've got, with the big four, obviously all anybody ever hears is bad things about them. You never hear anything good, and I get it. I get why, some of the reasons why. But like you said, you've got to. I agree with you on the aspect of there's got to be just more competition. If you force them into competition, then that's when things are going to get better for everyone involved.
Absolutely. It all goes back to simple supply demand, that we all learned in our college business classes, and it's been somewhat of a monopoly of four, and there just needs to be more competition. And I think it'll happen. But it's going to be tough to get all these other plants online. So it'll be a while.
Definitely. Yep. Well, I guess kind of switching back to the purebred side of things, y'all have 2 sales a year. You care to kind of expand on them, especially since you got one coming up here next month?
Yeah, the last Friday, Saturday in September, we'll sell females, purebred Beefmaster females on Friday night. And then we'll sell about 250 bulls on Saturday. And also some really good Beefmaster Angus cross commercial females. So we're really excited about that. And then, that'll be our 5th fall sale that we've done. And then, we also implemented a spring sale that's typically the 3rd week of April. And that's really just to drive the demand for, the majority of all those bulls will go to Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, kind of the spring calvers, quite a few into Texas, but just really opened up a new market for us. And, we're certainly excited about that. We just came off a really solid sale in April, and, we're excited. It's a little intimidating being in the bull business with the drought we're having, the amount of cows going to town. But, we just got to focus on the areas that, have had some rain, and, you just got to keep grinding away. But we spend a lot of time going down driveways and just trying to build those relationships. And, I think we're confident. Even in the last couple of weeks, we've had some good phone calls. I think we'll end up having a good solid showing. So we'll see. You just never know. It's the most stressful time of the year, because whenever you're exposed in a live auction, you just don't know what's going to happen. And I'm not wired in the way that I like to have somewhat of control of my destiny. And that's one thing you don't have when it comes to a live auction. So
you never know what's in people's minds.
exactly.
Or how much money's coming. But you guys, I mean, just looking back at the sales, and I don't have them in front of me, but the sales in the past, I mean, they just get better and better every year, it seems. And I think a lot of that has to do with the way you guys are running it. I will say, I'll give a shout out to the ones I know. I don't know a lot. I know a lot. I feel like a lot on the Nextgen side, as far as the sales go. And you've got a great group of people that you work with, alongside every day. And it makes everything run a lot smoother when you have people you trust and you can turn them loose and you know what they're going to do. And they have the same vision as you and mine.
Yeah, we have an amazing team at Nextgen. I learned really quickly in business that, one of the biggest keys to success is to find really good people and let them do their job. And, I don't want to start naming names, but I mean, the event that our team puts on, we're big believers. This industry is too hard to work to not have some fun. And, these commercial guys and gals, they can go buy their bulls anywhere. Everybody tells a good story and everybody's got good seed stock. But, we're trying to create an environment where they can, hang around other successful ranchers throughout the country, try to create an environment of fun. We try to have, some really good food trucks, live band, good speakers on Friday afternoon. We try to make an event, it's where they want to come back to every year and bring their spouses and bring their children and, just create that atmosphere that we're all in it together and we're going to have a good time for a couple of days. And, we're trying to kind of one up ourselves every year in that and just, again, try to bring value and let them feel a part of our team and family at Nextgen.
Well, it's a good time. I mean, it's like you said, there's something for the whole family. I mean, I think last time I seen there was like 4 or 5 food trucks. I mean, so there's something for everybody to eat. And
sure, absolutely, you won't go hungry.
No. And last fall, that was the first time we'd ever come in the fall, and it's so much fun to watch those females sell on Friday night.
Yeah,
a lot of people, you can watch it online, but to get the real experience there, you got to be there. I mean,
that's why we kind of like to do it in the evening on Friday night. The band's cranked up for a little bit and again, just try to create that excitement and have some fun with it. And Bruce Robbins does a great job helping us sell those females. And that's not near as stressful because you kind of have a feeling that, someone will probably buy one. We don't sell that many of them, but the next day when you're trying to run through 250 bulls is when it really gets stressful. So we try to have a lot of fun, but not too much fun on Friday night.
Well, that's a lot of bulls.
For a long Saturday.
That's it. And you guys run through them very efficiently. I mean, I think the last sale was like maybe 2 hours that you run through all those bulls.
I'm biased, but I think we got the best auctioneer in the business in Doak Lambert, and he just does a tremendous job. And these commercial guys, they want to get through the sale, and he does a great job of just moving through them and getting in a rhythm, and it just all works out.
It does, and that goes back to having the people you trust to do it. So
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. If you haven't been to one of their sales, you definitely need to check it out. We've been several times, and it's definitely a good time, and you'll find some good animals there as well.
Well, it's a good vacation, a little mini vacation. Just fly out there or drive out there and go hang out a little while.
Yeah, we opened the bar pretty early. So
well, it kind of goes back to what Derek was saying earlier in the industry. I like it because the sale and the event, you get to meet a lot of people from all over the country, and get to learn from them and learn about them. And that's, being in business, that's a good way to improve your operation, is learn from others and network. And it's definitely a good opportunity for that as well.
Absolutely. I mean, we steal ideas all the time from neighbors and people throughout the country. Everybody does things a little bit different, but it's like I said, we're all in this beef business together because it's very difficult, but we're all in it because we love it. And it's just always good to, even if you've had a rough year, just having somebody to pick you up, and it just kind of rejuvenates me. I know every fall and every spring that gives you hope if you're having a rough year. And a lot of folks are out there, which we hate it. We see it every day, but just try to create that event and that environment to pick everybody up and finish them through the year.
Well, and two, going back to the meeting people, I mean, you meet people that you probably wouldn't, otherwise, because you're meeting a lot of commercial people.
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe switching gears just a little bit. So BBU as a whole, since you're vice president, incoming president, where, in the next, let's go 3 to 5 years, where would you like to see BBU at maybe in the next, 3 to 5 years?
Yeah. There's a lot of exciting things going inside the breed. Some of the big jumps we're making is just the overall data we're collecting as a breed. We got a lot of cattle on feed that are Beefmaster sired, and that we've got DNA on that we're going to be running through the system and collecting real carcass data on them. And at the end of the day, if there is a knock on our breed from a really a lack of knowledge in the commercial space, is that our cattle won't marble and they won't hang up very well. Nobody can argue the maternal traits, but on the terminal side, a lot of producers are afraid to just give up, that terminal side if they're into retained ownership, and then making it more difficult to sell their calf crop. Well, we know how they'll perform, but we've got to back it with real data backed by DNA. So there's a big initiative inside the breed. We're a big part of that. With having the feed yards and the plant, I think that's going to be huge. The next 3 to 5 years, we're going to be able to collect thousands of records backed by the sires that are popular inside of our breed. And that's something I'm really, really excited about. That's going to open up just a tremendous opportunity for us. We know we've got tremendous benefits on the maternal side, but if we can show folks that, you're not going to go backwards on the carcass side of things, that would be a huge, huge win for the breed. And then just overall quality, I do think that there will be a big push, and we hear it all the time inside of our breed for polled genetics. Animal welfare, whether we like it or not, is a big deal in the industry, and it's being talked about more and more. I think that dealing with horned animals, we all deal with them every day. It's not a fun process. We understand the benefits of having some of those horned genetics in your herd. They definitely tend to have more growth and things like that. But just dealing with horns in general, the commercial industry it freaks them out, especially up in the Midwest where we're surrounded by black cattle and polled cattle. So I think that'll be a continued focus inside the breed. And then just telling our story. I'm excited about the opportunities we've created with the universities, specifically A&M and Oklahoma State, 2 great universities that are really loving the Beefmaster herds that they put together. And, again, just getting our breed and the awareness of what we're doing out there to folks. And that's our goal for the next several years. And we got a lot of action items in place to do that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it'll be great. I mean, the future's bright for BBU and for the Beefmaster breed as a whole. I truly believe that. I've been in this business probably, we're going on, I guess next year will be 5 years, so we're 4 years in now. And I mean, just from when we started and learning, there's so much more carcass data out there now, and you can tell it's getting better and better and better and better.
Absolutely.
Now on your website, nextgencattlecompany.com, that's right, correct?
Nextgencattle.com. Yeah.
Nextgen Cattle. There is a plethora of information, videos, cool videos. But you can also go on there and you can buy semen. Tell us just a little bit about that, if you will.
Yeah, we come up just with, again, the people love going online and being able to take care of their business without having to make phone calls and stuff. So we have all of our, most popular genetics stored up at Kansas State at Cab Sioux. And, you can go online and order your semen and certificates right there, and they'll automatically go to K-State and get shipped out, within a couple of days, or they'll call and let you know, or find out when you need the semen and things like that. But we're trying to grow that side of it. One big initiative, we still need to get more photos and things like that of some of our young, popular sires. But, it's surprising. I mean, on especially more in the spring and the fall, but it seems like every couple of weeks we got someone going online and, buying certs or buying semen from us. So we just thought it made sense to try to provide that avenue. And we're getting more and more commercial guys AI and trying to take advantage of some, really popular bulls in our breed to make those females. And that's exciting too.
Well, and just like with the consumer direct beef, I mean, everything's kind of gone, social media to websites to internet. People they don't have to leave their house. I mean, they can get shipped straight to them.
Absolutely.
That's exciting too, that you're getting commercial guys using those bulls for semen. I mean, that's a big nut to crack there. So, I mean, that's good.
Yeah. You can really make an impact in a hurry on your herd if you can get into some of the elite genetics inside these breeds.
Yeah, absolutely. But Derek, I really appreciate you coming on tonight. I know you're really busy with everything going on with Nextgen beef, the process, the feed yards, and it means a lot to Jared and I both for you to be coming on, take time out of your evening. So we do.
Well, I really enjoyed it, guys. And again, I'm humbled to do it. And I really appreciate what you guys are doing and, having that banter to really spread the Beefmaster word and keep doing what you're doing. And anytime, I love to do it.
Well, we'd like to have you back on sometime in the near future again, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, hope to see you guys here in a few weeks. If you want to make your way to Kansas, we'd love to see you.
We sure will.
Sounds
Appreciate
great.
it, man.
We'll
get the sale. If we want to, we'll go over the September sales right quick.
Absolutely.
We'll knock that out since we're finally in full-fledged fall selling season. Yeah. But anyway, real quickly here, September 7th is the Louisiana Beefmaster online sale. September 10th is going to be a busy day. We got the Arkansas BBA sale in Damascus, Arkansas. Collier Farms Fall Advantage sale in Giddings, Texas, and the Foundation Beefmaster sale in Falfurrias, Texas. September 13th is the Texas Rural Beefmaster Showcase, which is an online auction. September 16th will be the Beef on Forage Bull Sale in Arcadia. September 17th is Beefmaster Network Sale. That's in Raymond, Mississippi. And then, of course, on September 23rd and 24th, we got the Flint Hills Classic Female Sale and the 5th Annual Bull Sale. And then also on September 24th, we got the Live Oak BBA Sale, which will be in Three Rivers, Texas. But busy month in September.
We are back in the thick of things for sure. So it'll be a fun end of the year, fun fall sale season. We'll see how things continue. Hopefully they'll continue good even with the drought. So again, guys, thanks, Derek. Again, really, really appreciate you taking time to come on with us.
Absolutely. Have a good evening.
You too. Thank y'all.
Appreciate it.
Well, we want to thank everybody for listening to the Beefmaster Banner podcast. Please know that we are on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and we are on YouTube. Just search Beefmaster Banner. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. We love hearing from you. And we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you.